Welcome, everyone. Great. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Liz Gomes. I'm a Deputy Chief of Staff at the Office of State Treasurer, Deb Goldberg, and also a member of the Small Business Initiative we have. I would like my colleagues who are on the call to introduce themselves. I'm just going to go by the little cube. So I think, Michael, you're the first one on my list here.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Michael McLeish. I work for the Office of Economic Empowerment as the Outreach Manager, and I will pass it along to my colleagues, Michaela.
Hey, everyone. I'm happy to be here today. My name is Michaela Fusil, and I am Treasurer Goldberg's Special Assistant. I'll pass it over to Jennifer.
Jennifer Galvao. I am the Employee Experience Manager here at the Office of the State Treasurer and Receiver General. And I have been with the SBI Group for about 4 years now. I'll pass it over to Andrew.
Hi, everyone. Nice to meet you. My name is Andrew Napolitano, and I'm the Treasurer's Communications Director. And I've also been with SBI for about 4 years, as Jennifer mentioned. And I will pass it off to Liz or Chris. I think that was it from our group.
Yes. Thank you. I know, Chris, we wanted to give an opportunity to meet folks that were on the call, the members.
That would be great.
Yeah,
so why don't I ask Susie to introduce herself and your business, Susie? I know what it is, but for the benefit of others.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, I had to unmute it. So yeah, good morning, good afternoon, everyone. My name's Susie. I'm Shaw Consulting LLC. I started my business around December, and I think these type of meetings are always beneficial for anybody, but just even for me brushing up and listening and different point of views, I think it's definitely important. So very nice to meet you all.
Thanks, Susie. And Mary Ellen, who goes by Rudy. She's part of the Engage team. As I mentioned, it's an LGBTQ social resource app. It's Rudy and Jamie, who is on another call. So Rudy is staying silent, the benefit of Jamie. So welcome, everybody.
Great. Thank you. Hello. Nice to meet you all. So we'll just go around. We have our team here. We'll be very informal. We'll just go through the presentation, and then at the end we can open up for some Q&A if you guys have any questions or follow up with us later. So first I want to say thank you to Chris Silva and her team for having us here today. We take every opportunity to talk about our toolkit, so thank you again. Just a little background, under the leadership of State Treasurer Deborah Goldberg, our group was tasked to identify opportunities within the Treasury's former Small Business Banking Partnership Program. It's a program that has been revamped since, and our goal was to provide additional support to small businesses in Massachusetts. We wanted to offer greater access to financial tools to ensure we build a more equitable future. Another thing that was very important to us was not to reinvent any wheels into the treasury, because there's so many great resources already available. But what we noticed is that folks were having trouble finding a central space where they could find at least most of what they need centralized. I know that we can't do that, but we attempt to at least have a good start there. We've worked with different community partners, small businesses, financial institutions to develop our Small Business Resource Toolkit website. And we launched back on November 30th. So Jen is going to help me with the transitions for the slides.
Hi there, and welcome to the
we just wanted to share a video from the treasurer that is featured on our website. Go ahead, Jen.
Hi there, and welcome to the Office of the State Treasurer's Small Business Resource Toolkit. I am your treasurer, Deb Goldberg, and our team understands the importance of building a support network for small business owners in Massachusetts. We hope that this toolkit will provide valuable information that supports you in how to plan, maintain, grow, and achieve success. Local business owners contribute so much to our economy, playing a vital role in the long-term prosperity of our communities and state. Our goal is to empower entrepreneurs to achieve economic stability, security, and opportunity now and in the future. As you navigate through the toolkit, make sure to visit the resource map to locate banks and community partners in your area. And if you have any questions at all or feedback, please contact us, and we will work hard to assist you. So thank you for visiting, and I hope you enjoyed this toolkit.
Thank you, Jen. So next we have a snapshot. I think Jen had to step out. She's sharing our screen for us. She's okay, great. Thanks, Jen. So this is a snapshot of the major categories and subcategories that we provide on the website. We will be going through each of them to give a flow of how the website is. I don't know if Jen, are you able to click on? Just bear with us a second. I think her computer is dying, so she needed to step to go grab the charger.
Yes, sorry about that.
It's all right. Do you want to go back and
Yeah, 1 second.
perfect? Thank you, Jen. So as I mentioned, we have 4 main categories: the planning your business, funding your business, managing your business, and small business accounting. So each category has several subcategories. There's a lot of content related to small business, as we all know. So it was important that the toolkit featured key information in a way that was easy to follow. So we start by giving a general description of what the matter is, and then provide examples where feasible. So under planning your business, we include sections for business plans, how to register for your business. We provide templates for reference. I think, Jen, business plans, yeah. If you scroll all the way down, with our collaboration with Harbor One, they provide us templates that we were able to feature on the website. So that's just to show a variety of different things that we present. For funding your business, thank you. You'll find information on different ways you can finance your venture, from traditional to non-traditional financing, as well as information on variety of grants that go from public and government funded to private grant opportunities. And our hopes is to always be updating our website. So as information become available and new grants become available, we try to post those as soon as possible. Under managing your business, we feature a section that is on succession planning. We also provide an in-house template, which Jen worked really hard on it. So hopefully people find that helpful. And we also dedicate a section on planning for unforeseeable events, such as the pandemic that we all have experienced. And that gives you step-by-step and some templates as well. The next category is the small business accounting. Jen, you can jump to the federal and local procurement, please. As mentioned, it presents interesting topics such as federal and local procurement. It describes what each type of procurement means, but we also list the government record system combines. We noticed that many small businesses wanted to become vendors with the state or local municipalities, but didn't know how to go about it or needed more information on it. So we hope that this section will be helpful. And there's other tabs where you can learn more about the resources available specifically provided by that agency. So our website includes first of its kind small business resource map, which I will quickly show you before handing it over to Jennifer. She'll cover it in more details. We wanted to make sure that the map was accessible in different sections of the website. So you'll find it three ways. You can access it from the homepage menu. I think I'm going a little bit too fast. Sorry about that.
The tab at the top makes it hard to move around.
Okay. Are you able to go back to the website?
Let me try to do this. Okay.
Okay, so under the home page, the home tab, we have a link there. So Jen, if you could go to the home tab, please.
Oh,
Yeah, so there's a business, yep, small business resource map. And it brings you to this section where you can see a video. We provide a video that has steps by steps on how to use the map. Jennifer's going to follow through with that as well. We also wanted to provide written instructions that people could just follow on their own. So if you scroll a little bit down, Jen, you can see the two options. And once on the page, there will be a video, like I mentioned, that will explain how to use the map. Before I pass it over to Jen, I also wanted to just mention that we also created a form where folks could submit to us. It's on our homepage. There, yep, there's a banner. So this form lists weekly updates of events that are supporting small businesses. So if you guys on the call are interested in sharing events from your chamber or anything that you know, please feel free to submit it to us. Our goal is to update that every Friday or as often as we can on a weekly basis. And we'll also provide a form option for people to send us resources such as the ones that you'll see featured on the map that we don't yet have. Let's say we have the Taunton area chamber featured, but if there's something missing that needs to be updated, you could use that form for us to update the information. If there is an organization that you know that offers technical assistance and whatnot, and it's not yet featured, please let us know. We are very proudful of that map. We have about over 1,000 resources, but we know that there are plenty more that we haven't been able to feature yet. So Jen, take it away.
okay, awesome. So I'm going to try to get into the tab here. That it's like kind of blocked.
I
Okay.
can't hear her. I don't know if anyone else can.
Can everyone hear me?
I can hear Jen.
Okay, it's
Okay.
very faint.
Oh. I'm not sure.
It's fine. I'll just be extra attentive.
Okay. So as Liz mentioned, just gonna make sure I haven't skipped over any slides. But in the next few slides, I'll just be going over some details on how to use the map so that you're getting the most out of it. So as Liz mentioned, the map has about 1,047 contacts. So in terms of any resources that someone who is interested in starting or building their business capacity would need. So just starting off with the first resource on the map, by default, the map will automatically show you towns color coded by the number of resources that they have. So where you notice that there are the darker blues, the amount of resources in that particular area are much higher. And in places where the shade obviously is a bit lighter, there are not so many resources. So I just put red circles around here just to kind of highlight where those colors are. And then another feature on our map is the plus, the zoom in and zoom out sign. So if you click on that tool in the upper left corner of this the page, you'll be able to zoom in and out of the map. And once you zoom into the blue areas, you'll be able to see these colored dots, which I'll talk a little bit more in the next few slides, but the colors are representative of the type of resource that is offered in that particular area. And if you also have a particular organization or an address that you would like to search for, you can feel free to put that into the search box located at the top of the map. And once you do that, it'll automatically pop up where you see the information box. It'll give you the name of the organization, the category of what they offer. So for this bank, they obviously are a capital provider. Some subcategories or different areas that they help in are training, advising, technical assistance. Then it'll also provide you with additional information such as address, city, phone number, email, website. And during our research process, one of the things that we made sure was how to make the process as easy as possible for business owners. And sometimes we know you'll call somewhere and they're giving you the runaround. So we really tried our best to identify who the correct contact would be, just so that it's less work for business owners. So as I was mentioning before, once you zoom in on the map, you'll see the locations of the resources with the physical address. And so you'll notice that the dots are different colors. And the reason that they're different colors is because they're categorized based on the type of resource that that particular business or organization offers. So if you would like to learn a bit more or more information on what the different colors represent, if you click at the top right corner of the screen or of the map, you'll see 3 bullets. And from there, it'll give you the category. So for red, capital provider; for blue, business association; orange, government agency. And as I mentioned, if you look down below, it'll also tell you what the resource count is for that area. So anything that is dark blue, they have 10 or more resources. Anything that is mid blue, 6 to 10 resources, and so on. And then just highlighting some other features on the top right of the screen. So the filter button, which is the blue square with the funnel shape, this can be used to filter resources if you know the town it's in, the county it's in, the city it might be in, a category you're looking for, or a specific subcategory. And I think this just helps to make the search process that much easier. For some resources, while we were going through the process of just filtering through them, they didn't have a physical address. So instead, you'll see a PO box, which is what they use. And then for the information button, obviously, it just kind of reiterates the information that I'm sharing here as I highlight the different features on the map. And so of course, I know I've gone through a bunch of information, but if you are kind of want to go through the process again or just figure out what some of the different tools are, you can find that information there. And then the second point here is something that I already just mentioned, but again, if you click on the colored dot, again, it'll provide you with like a quick snapshot of that organization. And it'll also tell you whether that organization is a small business banking partnership partner. So if they're part of the SBBP program. And then some additional tools. So if you were to click a colored dot, the information for that specific resource or organization will come up. And if you click the 3 dots at the bottom, there are some additional features there. So if you click pan to, it'll automatically show you where on the map. So in terms of region, county, where that resource is located. You can also add a marker. So if you find something, organization, and you want to continue your search at looking at some other items, you can always put a marker on it so that you're able to come back to it. And then on the bottom of the map, there's also an attribute table, which looks like an Excel form. So if you wanted to see that particular resource on the attribute table, you can feel free to just click that button. And the reason that I think that's a really good resource is because you can actually export the attribute table or the Excel form. And you can highlight just the resources that you want so that when you export it, it just highlights those. And so as I was mentioning previously, this is what the attribute table looks like. So it'll list out the information that it already pops up on that little box, the name, county, city, address, and then a subcategory, categories, whether it's a SBB partner. And then it also has like identification numbers on it. And if you click options, that drop down button, when I mentioned the ability to export that form, the drop down the export feature will pop down. So, and then if you want more info on how to use our map, as Liz mentioned, we have a video that was created that provides a bit more information, but we also have a page that has written instructions on how to properly use the map. And there's a QR code here if anyone wants to see more of that information. And I think that wraps up for the map run through. So I'll hand it over to Andrew to talk a little bit more about InvestMA.
Thank you, Jennifer. Hi, everyone. So Liz mentioned briefly in her introduction about SBP, and recently the treasurer renamed SBP to Investing for the Long Term, or also InvestMA. And it also, with renaming, enhanced the program and the existing guidelines by promoting and strengthening small business growth throughout the state. This initiative, InvestMA, shifts state cash deposits under the control of the treasurer to Massachusetts banks that are willing to expand their small business lending. So with the new guidelines and the enhancement, the previous one was about 100 million, and now the participating banks, it can go up to 500 million, with an expansion to individual financial institutions that meet the criteria up to $15 million. So I'm just opening my thing. I don't know if we have the link here, but I will send you a link that will allow you to see in the Taunton area or the areas that you're in, the banks that might be participating in InvestMA that will allow you to hopefully participate in their lending processes.
Thank you, Andrew. Well, we can just drop it on the chat box when
I
you
will
get a
do that.
chance. Michael will follow up with some updates from the Office of Economic Empowerment too.
Yes, thank you. So before I get into the Community Ambassadors Program, let me just give you guys a background of who OEE is and what we do. So OEE, the Office of Economic Empowerment, is a department within the State Treasurer's Office tasked with offering free and accessible financial education, promoting wage equality, and creating a bright future for individuals and families across the state. So with that, we created the Community Ambassadors Program, which aims to increase the number of Massachusetts residents who have a deep understanding of financial foundations by creating a network of trained champions on economic empowerment topics. These spokespeople, chosen because of their own networks and existing commitment to their communities, will get access to specialized training on personal finance topics and help us spread awareness for opportunities in their communities. And we can move on. So at OEE, we also have a child care startup grant, which started in 2002. The Office of Economic Empowerment is in partnership with Citizens Bank, co-developed a child care startup grant, a grant and educational training program that seeks to fund 10 individuals interested in starting a home child care program in the cities of Lynn and Springfield. Following the successful application process last year, grantees have undergone family child care business training and are currently in the process of obtaining their licenses.
Thank you, Michael. And as of right now, the program is featured in Lynn and Springfield, right? And if we have more opportunities to spread it across the state, that will be one of
actually, in July, one of the individuals will be opening up her program in I think Lynn. And the treasurer will be there as well. We'll do like a sort of an opening ceremony for that as well. So it's definitely moving along.
Okay, awesome. In addition, we figured, Chris, in addition to explaining the toolkit, that we would just share a couple of the updates that like Michael and Andrew just went over. But I think now we are open to Q&A, right, Jen?
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you guys have any questions or would like us to cover anything else, just let us know. And again, thank you very much for having us today here.
Thank you all so much. And I'll leave it open and welcome Danielle. To Danielle, Susie, and Rudy, if they have any specific questions. I'm sure they'll really want to explore the map now. You've intrigued all of us with the map. Is this something that you said the map is primarily for small business resource organizations? What's the
Um,
criteria for putting yourself on the map, so to speak?
So if you are an organization that provides any, technical assistance or support that works with small businesses and supporting them in any capacity, yes, and it could be from capital provider, from like like a chamber. We have the chambers. I think we might have all of them, but if we're missing any, again, if you guys do realize that, let us know. Um, yeah, so in general, organizations that support small businesses.
Okay, so even if it's like any type of business that can have small business clients, is that what you're saying? So like an IT company or?
Yeah, I think we
Okay.
have. Yeah, I think we have such as well. It's like a variety of different. So like some that are free, some that have memberships or like fee entry. Um, yeah, I think those are all featured there.
Chris, do you mean like someone who's visiting to get resources or someone who wants to be listed as a resource?
Someone who wants to be listed.
Oh, okay.
I mean, do you have to be, an agency, nonprofit, bank, or can you be like any type of technology company that has small business clients?
Yeah, we accept
Okay.
those. Yeah.
Good to know. Thanks for asking that, Chris.
Of course.
I was gonna say, I mean, the website's super extensive. That's like wonderful that you guys have that. The map looks like very easy to use. And if I'm trying to see if I have a question now, but if I don't, right after this call, I'll be going on the website. I mean, I know the resources that you guys have in this really established after COVID. Have you had anyone reach out to you guys? Like, do you see like small businesses kind of venturing off to you guys and getting in touch with you, or is this something where you guys are kind of having to, get in touch with the chambers to kind of push this message?
We've actually have had both because it was, I don't know if in the beginning we might have not covered this. So we've been working to get the website on for a few years now, and we launched last November. So throughout that time, we made a lot of connections with small businesses and community partners, including chambers. So from there, like fostering those relationships, they've helped us spread the word. But one thing that we noticed after we provided on the banner on the website, there's a form for people to submit information for events that they want small businesses to attend or learn about, as well as organizations to be featured on the map. So that way, we've received actually a ton of different. We've been in communication with a lot of different small businesses and organizations that way, but the half part of your question, yes, we seek opportunities to spread the word as much as we can, and chambers seem to be a viable way to do that.
Thank you.
Yes, sure. I don't know if anyone else from my team wanted to add, or if we have any other questions.
No, I think you did a great job. And another thing is, during our meetings when we were having meetings with like different business owners from different industries, we've kept a directory of everyone that we've interacted with. And I think we've even had some partners share like a list of directories of small businesses that they work with. So whenever we have information that we can share, we're able to send out that information to that group of people.
Nice.
Yeah, it's really helpful to have the not only all of the access to these kind of guidelines, templates, things that a lot of folks I think maybe hadn't thought of, but now they've seen it in front of them thinking, oh, I probably should be thinking of this also. It's pretty comprehensive. And then of course the funding, because clearly, with a lot of our small businesses during COVID, there was a lot of small business funding available, and it made sense at the time, of course, but as that's waned a little bit, there are still obviously businesses that are struggling with now post-pandemic issues around staffing, hiring, training, and the like. So I think it's great to have a location where you are funneling these funding opportunities as well.
Yeah. Thank you. And and obviously it's a dynamic website, so we hope to always be updating as we get information. And it's important to have these conversations because we meet folks online or in person, and they tell us about new things that we might not be aware of. So that's a way of spreading the word. I just dropped the form stack. So if we have anyone on the call, or Chris, there's any members on your list that provide, assistance or work and would like to be featured on the map, please let us know. Or if you know of events that, webinars, that tutorials that small businesses should take advantage of, feel free to share with us as well.
Will do. Thank you.
Yeah, sure. No problem, Susie. Just feel free to fill out the form and then we'll get it. And I'll leave my email address here as well.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And I'm sorry, I missed the first part. I had a client, but I was hoping to find avenues of who, and I think I need to go into the directory, but looking for assistance in like grants and with that, where would I locate? Like that's on the website, but what should I be looking for as a small business that's just opened? It hasn't even been a year for me.
Okay, so we have, I think it's under funding your business, the category. We covered a traditional financing and non-traditional financing and grants. I know that small businesses, a lot of them are interested in grants, government grants. Hopefully there's a good amount of at least an entry level information to places that we know are governmental funded, that you can find some information there. But if you have specific questions, you didn't find anything, feel free to reach out to us and then we can see if we can find more information for you.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, of course. Grants are a little bit more difficult, right? But still we have a section that covers public government and then private grants. And there's a variety of resources that we didn't even know existed until we were doing our research. And we also have, I think, 15 plus state and local grants that's provided by Small Business Development Center network organizations. And then we have a link where folks can explore more options there. I'll just, what would be easy? I'll just drop it right here, that page.
Would be appreciative. Thank you.
Yeah, of course. And if you find anything that you feel like it's, important to be featured on the website, feel free to let us know as well.
That's great, Liz. Thank you all. It's important, like you said, that the site is fluid, and I look forward to, if you have any type of updates, maybe we do this in 6 months if you feel like you've grown the site in ways that folks need to know more about. Please, let me know, because I'm happy to host and record this and get the word out in any way that I can to our members.
Absolutely. Do you have banks that are like members of the
yes.
chamber?
Yes.
Okay. So we're also helping, I know that Andrew went over the Investing MA, but we are helping our teams there spreading the word when the application process begins, and they've reached out to the current banks. So I think we'll talk to our CFO. He oversees the program, and see when they expect to have the application, and maybe we have a 20-minute or half an hour
Great. Yes.
info session. What do you think, Andrew?
Yeah, I think that would be a great idea when the applications are ready to go. I sent the link for the really revamped website, and in it doesn't mention the banks, so I have to check in on that. But the old small banking business partnership had a list of banks, and there were a few in the area of Taunton as well as in Taunton. So I can also throw that link in there, and because I believe there's still the same banks currently, right, Liz?
So right now with the SBBP, which is technically the former program, yes. But with the Investing MA, once the application goes live. And I think they're expecting to go live this summer. Then new banks that are, that fulfill the requirements can apply. And then they'll go through a whole process of revision.
Sounds good.
Yeah, actually, that's a good timing to connect with our CFO and see if they have a better sense of when. And then once when they have that application deadline, we can share with you, Chris.
Perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, if there's no additional follow-up questions, as I said, I'm sure everyone's eager to start. I have all my links open, so I'm eager to start exploring those like everybody else.
Awesome.
Thank you all. Thank your team for
Thank
taking
you.
the time to be with us today. And we look forward to the next time.
Awesome. Thank you for having us, and thank you, everyone. Thanks, team.
Great to meet you.
All right, thank you.
Thanks,
Bye,
everyone.
everyone.